I saw something on my phone today. Someone I know. New job. New city. New chapter. Good for them. I mean that. And then something in me went quiet. That specific kind of quiet that is not really quiet at all. The question arrives before I can stop it. What have I done? With the same amount of time. I don't think of myself as a competitive person. I don't need to win. I'm not trying to beat anyone. But there is something that happens when I see other people reaching milestones. A promotion, a relationship, a move, a life that looks like it is going somewhere. And I feel it, not as envy exactly, as distance. Like they are on one side of something, and I am on the other. And the gap is getting wider, not smaller. The strange thing is, I know what I'm doing when I scroll. I know that what I'm looking at is a highlight reel. I know that people don't post their bad days, their doubt, their 3 a.m. I know all of that. And it still works. And I still come away feeling like everyone else has figured something out that I haven't. Like there is a version of life that other people are living, and I am somehow not in it yet. There is a specific time of day when it hits hardest. Not while I'm scrolling. While I'm scrolling, I'm just scrolling. It's after. When I put the phone down. When the room goes quiet, and I'm left with whatever I've just absorbed. And what I've absorbed is a version of the world in which everyone is arriving somewhere. Everyone is announcing something. Everyone has something to show for the time that has passed. A degree finished. A business launched. A relationship made official. A city moved to. A promotion celebrated. A year reviewed and found to be full. And I am aware, I am always aware, that this is not the full picture. That what I am looking at is not a window into other people's lives. It is a door they have chosen to open. And nobody opens the door to show you the mess behind it. I know this. I have always known this. And I scroll anyway. And I look around my life, which from the inside feels like it is moving, always becoming something. And I struggle to find the equivalent, the thing I could post, the announcement I could make, the proof that I am going somewhere too. And the hardest part is that I am genuinely happy for people. That is not the problem. The problem is what happens after, when I get home, when it goes quiet, when the happiness for them turns into a question about me. This is where my head goes, not to what I have done, to what I haven't, to the imaginary timeline I carry around, the one that says where I should be by now. By this age, I should have more direction. By this point, I should feel more settled. By now, something should have clicked. And it hasn't. Or it has, but not in the ways that show. Not in the ways that make it onto anyone's feed. I have never been able to work out where the timeline came from. I didn't sit down and write it. Nobody handed it to me and said, "Here, this is what on track looks like." And yet, it is there. As certain as anything I actually decided. Running in the background. Measuring. Comparing. Calculating the gap. I think I absorbed it. From somewhere. From the general atmosphere of expectation. From watching what got celebrated and what didn't. From the questions people ask at family gatherings. The ones that feel like assessments. How's work? Are you seeing anyone? What's next for you? Questions that are asked warmly, with genuine interest, and still land like a test I haven't prepared for. There is a voice that knows exactly what to do with all of this. You're falling behind. You can feel it. They're just not saying it. And the worst part is not that I believe it. The worst part is that I can't quite prove it wrong. Because what does being ahead even look like? I'm not sure I've ever known. I've been measuring myself against a standard I cannot name for a destination I've never fully pictured, and finding myself short. There is a name for what I've been doing. Leon Festinger called it social comparison theory. The idea that human beings evaluate themselves by comparing themselves to others. Not as a choice, as a drive. Something the mind does automatically, quietly, constantly, to work out where it stands. In the environment the mind evolved for, a small community, a village, a group, this comparison was roughly fair. The people around you were living through similar circumstances, similar seasons, similar limitations, similar starting points. But I am not comparing myself to the people actually around me. I am comparing myself to a feed. A feed that contains everyone's best moments, from everyone I've ever known, all arriving at the same time. Condensed, curated, continuous, and my brain, which evolved for a village, treats this as normal data, files it, measures against it, finds me lacking. And here is what that feed does not show. It does not show the years before the new job when they felt just as lost as I do now. It does not show the relationships that didn't work before this one. The applications that were rejected, the plans that quietly collapsed, the evenings they spent in a room exactly like mine, asking exactly the question I'm asking. What I am seeing is a collection of arrivals, with all the traveling removed. I am not seeing the people in the same position as me, because they are not posting about it. Nobody announces the in-between. Nobody posts a caption that says, "Still figuring it out. Another year of not quite knowing. Still here. Still trying. Nothing to show yet." Those people exist. There are more of them than the feed suggests. I am probably one of them. And there is one more thing I've been getting wrong. Even the people I'm comparing myself to, the ones who have arrived somewhere, most of them do not feel the way I imagine they feel. There is something called the arrival fallacy, the belief that when you finally reach it, the job, the city, the relationship, the milestone, you will feel okay, settled, certain, like you have earned your place. But the feeling of finally, when it arrives at all, does not stay. The mind adjusts almost immediately. The baseline shifts. A new gap opens up. And the question returns, just from a different address. I think about the people I've seen announce things, the ones whose posts I looked at and thought, that. I want that. And I wonder what happened in the weeks after the announcement. After the likes came in. After the congratulations. After the moment passed and it was just a Tuesday again. Whether the thing they arrived at felt the way it looked from outside, or whether they were already scanning ahead for the next thing, already asking, what now? Already recalibrating. The people I think are ahead of me, some of them are looking at someone else and feeling exactly what I feel. There is no finish line I can see from here, because there is no finish line. I am not going to tell you I have stopped doing this. I still check the feed. I still feel the distance sometimes. I still have the imaginary timeline, the one that says I should be somewhere I'm not. But something shifts when I remember what I am actually comparing. I am not comparing my life to their life. I am comparing my inside to their outside. I am comparing everything I know about myself, every doubt, every failure, every quiet, difficult moment, to a version of them that has been edited, selected, and published. Nobody posts their penumbra, the part that is not darkness and not light, the part that is uncertain and searching and in between, the part where most of the actual living happens, and none of it looks like much from the outside. That part never makes it onto anyone's feed, which means the feed is not a picture of how life goes. It is a picture of how life looks when it is ready to be seen. And most of life is not ready to be seen. Most of it is private, internal, slow, progress that you can only measure from the inside, because from the outside, it looks like nothing is happening at all. The conversations you've had with yourself at 2 a.m. that changed something. The thing you finally stopped doing. The thing you quietly started. The way you handled something this year that you would not have handled that way 2 years ago. None of that posts well. None of that makes a caption. But it is the work. It is most of the work. I am probably not behind. I am probably just in the middle of something, in a part that does not look like much from the outside. Most of life looks like that. The feed just never shows it. I put my phone down more than I used to. Not always, but more. And I've started to notice what happens in the 30 seconds after I scroll, the quiet that arrives, the question I didn't have before I looked. That gap between the scroll and the question, that is where the comparison actually happens. In silence, privately, without anyone knowing I'm doing it. And I've started to wonder whether the timeline I carry was ever mine to begin with, or whether I inherited it from somewhere, from someone, and never thought to ask whether it fits. Whether the version of on track I've been measuring against was built for someone else's life, someone else's starting point, someone else's definition of arriving. Because the path I am on does not look like the paths I was shown. It does not have the same milestones in the same order. It takes longer in some places and moves faster in others. It doubles back sometimes. It pauses. It looks, from the outside, like very little is happening. But I am inside it. And from inside it, I know it is not nothing. I know it is movement, even when it does not look like movement. Even when I cannot yet show what I am becoming. The becoming is real, even before it has a name. Even before it has a caption, even before anyone else can see it. You are not behind. You are in the penumbra, and the penumbra is not falling back. It is where most of the real work happens.